Hello, guys, and welcome back to EIR. We are here for round 4 of season 2. We are here for the Monaco Grand Prix. And in today's commentary box, you just have myself, EIR Apollo, and I'm hoping everyone is having a lovely evening. Sorry if you can hear the stream in the background, I'm just testing the audio just to make sure that it is working perfectly. So here is the season 2 revised calendar. Um, it's been shortened significantly, so we're ending about a month and a bit early. Monaco stayed the same. Britain has been moved forward. There's been some tracks added. All the red tracks you can see are sprint races. We've already had Australia. Next week we have Britain. We also have Italy, Portugal, and Brazil. We're just waiting for everyone to sort themselves out. So whilst we're waiting for that, we will jump on board with the standings. And as you can see, Lightshock still keeping ahead, only just after missing out last week. He is here today. Simple Chris moved up into, I think he stayed P2. It's a very close battle at the top. Sort of close in the constructors as well. I should probably make these pictures a little bit bigger, but yeah. And now we have a few facts about the Monaco GP. So it was first held in 1929, but it was first held in 1950 as a championship race. Most wins is Ayrton Senna with 6. Most wins are McLaren with 15. Second length is 3.337 kilometers or 2.04 miles. The Monaco GP is 1/3 of the Triple Crown. So that means they win at Monaco, they win at the Mons 24-hour and the Indy 500. Only one driver has ever done that before. Can't actually remember who it was. The track also holds races for Formula E, the historic Grand Prix of Monaco, Formula 2, Formula 3, and the Porsche Super Cup. The circuit has evolved over time, with 2015 being the last time it was slightly renovated and the back was slightly moved. And the fastest lap around the most recent, I guess, track is a 1 minute 12.909, which was done by Lewis Hamilton in the Mercedes at the 2021 Grand Prix. Did they race in 21? They didn't race in 2020. I don't think they raced in. I don't know. Anyway, we actually have drivers on the track, and there we go. We have Gangster out on track, as well as on the light shop, and we also have its tops. Its tops was looking for his first points of the weekend. Can't tell if there's any audio from the F1 cars going through. Let me ride on board. Oh, yeah, there is. But I can turn it down now then. It might need turning up. That's bullshit. I hold the fast lap round here. I'm sure you do, my friend. I'm sure you do. We have held a load of races. I think we've had Monaco, barring maybe 1 or 2 seasons. Monaco's stayed on the grid. So it's tops in the Alpine with his Max Verstappen helmet on, going through the tunnel on its way down to the chicane. One of the only overtaken top. That was a Ferrari looking to be going wide a bit there. Through the swimming pool. Oh, and I think its top has slightly clipped the inside wall there. Or the outside wall, so to say. Round the final corner, DRS wide open. Let's see what the first lap what the fee is going to be, and it's a 112.4. So now we jump on board with Gangster Al spinning nearly at the second to last corner. Now he all the way to the line. It's going to be a 116.7. And Light Shock absolutely obliterates that with a 110.2. We now have Despair's on controller tonight, so people need to be careful of him. Got Ellis coming back into the pits. We got a Mercedes starting it up. We've got a Red Bull round in the final corner, which will be Reese. And as he goes to the line, is he able to challenge for pole? Not as of yet. Nearly a second behind. Risky Andy now. Oh, they've got Havoc actually. Unless he's invalidated. No, he hasn't. Got a McLaren starting his lap. XFR Optic starting his first flying lap of the session. Havoc now rounding the final corner. DRS wide open. Only one DRS straight at this track. Pops himself up into P3. Only 7 tenths behind Reese. Carnator, I believe, is also about to start a lap. Risky Andy pops himself up into 4th place. A decent lap from himself. I think Gangster Al is going for another lap with hardly any ERS. Oh, and Albany's crashed. And that is the first driver out in qualifying. So Albany, bearing anyone below him crashing out, will be starting this race in last place. Bradford starting his lap now by the looks of things. Let's go on board with Optic. Not sure if he's backed out slightly on this lap. And Bradford also. Oh, and Bradford's out as well. But he will be ahead of Albany. They're dropping like flies, ladies and gentlemen. Got another yellow flag. I think that might have been Andy nearly coming the next driver out of qualifying. Central Chris. Currently purple in sector 1. He'll be looking to challenge Light Shock. A big battle between the top 3 tonight. All 3 of them are here. Central Chris going into the chicane now. And that's the validation. Go ball with Carnator in the Williams. Taking that very well. Before we even started tonight, I did tell drivers not to give up so easily. It being Monaco, probably guaranteed some safety cars, and all that kind of stuff. Carnator goes P7. Ellis now on a lap, back on board with the title challenger and the first champion of EIR, the reigning defending champion, in his McLaren. McLaren being the car that he chose for Season 2. There's a lot more up for grabs in Season 3. Everyone still gets trophy, and Driver of the Season gets a little trophy as well. We thought we'd add that in to the equation. I need this fan on, so you will probably hear it. And no apologies, because it is quite hot in this flat. And Chris doing everything that he can to spoil the party for Light Shock. Can he do it? I believe Chris is also on pad, so this is going to be a massive lap on the McLaren. He goes on pole. What a stunning lap. Might be able to see if we can get into the 109s. Reese back out on track. Let's get on board with Ellis, who is now. He was about to cross the line, but he has unfortunately invalidated his first lap. But to spare out on the Series X controller. And we have Let Joe as well. Light Shock back out on track as well for his second flying lap. Let's see what Let Joe can do. Flying into turn one. When Formula E first came in, they had a very odd track. So they'd take a different line into turn one. And they would then kind of... Oh, I can actually kind of show you. So instead, they would come down there, and then there's like another side road, and then they come down here, then they would do a kind of normal lap. It was so weird. I'll see if I can see it when someone's gonna have a massive lock up into the chicane. Let Joe into the second sector now. Oh, he's at the wall. That was I think that was Light Shock getting out of the way. I think Joe has abandoned this lap, and he has indeed. Let's go on board with Despair, who appears to be struggling somewhat. Big news if you're an actual F1 fan. Max Verstappen to Mercedes. Oh. And that's the spare of a broken front wing. Last F1 Hunt still not adventuring to the track yet. Let's get on board with Light Shock. Currently purple in sector 1. Reese peels into the pits. It's top 2's ahead of everyone who's about to finish the lap. What about Ellis? I think he's down on his time, so we will jump on back on board with the current championship leader, as he is realistically the only driver. I think Havoc might be on our lap. Yeah, he is. Get back on board with Light Shock. He's up in the second sector as well. This could be the first time into the 109s. Keeps it out of the wall. Rounding the final corner. DRS wide open. Wow. A 109.8. Get back on board with Havoc. See what his second time's going to be. It's been a slight improvement. 2 tenths. Sees himself P4 still. And XFR Optic has invalidated this lap. And he will peel into the pits. Got Risky Andy also on a lap. Got Gangster out in the Haas car. Got a Ferrari down the escape road. That'll be Havoc. First mistake. 5 tenths up for Gangster out. This would not really do anything. 15.4. I don't think we've got anyone on our lap. So we will let Joe will be the first driver to set that. Oh, I think we've got Risky Andy actually on our lap. I think he's just started one. Oh, my car sound just went for some reason. Very odd. Not exactly sure what happened there. Risky Andy into the chicane now. I don't think there'll be much in... Oh, Risky Andy's hit the wall base. Purple in sector 2. Levi is absolutely flying, but he runs slightly wide into the final corner. Wide again. And he pops himself up into P4. And let Joe back into the pits. RSF1 Hunt now rounding the final corner. It's not going to be a very quick lap. There's a 116.6. Oh, and just bears out. So both Mercedes starting at the back. Things you love to see. Well then, Mercedes are going to be in a bit of bother there. I don't think we have anyone on a flying map. Yes, Adam is. He's up by 1.5. Losing a rear everywhere he goes. Up to the final corner. They should see an improvement from the Alfa Romeo driver. Gets himself up into P10. And I wonder if that is where, I mean, Joe's still got to set it up. 2 minutes remaining. And we have nearly everyone back out on track. Can Lightshot get, I think it's first pole position this season. Got Optic on a lap. Let Joe coming out the pits. He might have just broke his front wing there actually. Oh, hits the barrier, and that is going to be. He is not a very happy bunny. How do you have no ERS already? Broke foot to turn off. So we'll jump on board with Reese now. Wonder what his first sector will be. He'll be looking for at least 6/10 across the whole entire lap. And he is down in the first sector. Not what he wanted to start this, and RSF on Hunt will be, unless though Joe can't get a lap in, which he should be fine to start a lap. And Optic is into the pits. Oh, and Chris hits the barrier. Is he up? He is purple. But here comes Lightshot. What about Reese? What about in the second sector? Purple, but he's down somehow. Oh, he's got a car in the way. It's the Alpine. Because Ellis, but he's going to probably get a nice slipstream here. Can Reese put it on pole? No, Bago stays third. Oh, and Lightshot's out. I think he's in the pits. And Chris is up. Can he take pole position away from Lightshot? And he hits the wall. I don't think that's going to be pole. Oh, it's not going to be pole now. And Havoc's also off. Can let Joe upset anyone here. Can he take pole position? He hits the wall again, purple, in sector 2. It's been a bit of a scruffy lap so far from Joe, but can he make all the time up in the last sector? DRS wide open. Can he take pole position away from Lightshot? He doesn't. He's going to be starting. Oh, Jesus. Carnotaur now crossing the line. Goes up to 8th. And Ellis now 6/10 up. Can he make his way up past his teammate? No, he doesn't. He's going to be starting 10th. And there we are, ladies and gentlemen. So another quick... Oh, my stream stopped. Another quick look at the standings as we await the start of this Grand Prix. No formation up on as well, remember. So there we have it. Ignore that. Lightshot is on pole position. Chris in P2. Reese P3. Joe P4. Optic P5. Havoc P6. Andy P7. Carnotaur P8. Tops P9. Ellis 10th. Hunt in P11. Gangstyle 12th. Bradford in 13th. Albany and Despair in the Mercedes at the back of the grid. So put your predictions. Oh, we have a wet race as well. And no formation now. It's going to be absolute carnage, ladies and gentlemen. And we are there for it. We will be there. And I imagine everyone's going to be starting on the wets. Mad. Oh, imagine if we did the points for pit stops for broken front wings. We would have a lot. I'm calling safety car first lap, by the way. So we have 4 minutes remaining until we get this race underway. And I don't know if it's going to dry up enough for dries. You never know, though. We will find out fairly soon. We probably should have put formation up on, but due to it being broken at the moment, and you don't really know what's going to happen during a race weekend. Mondays are probably like the worst day to run a league because that's when they bring out updates 99% of the time, and that's when they kind of do maintenance as well. It's usually the day that they break stuff. But a load of other leagues race on different days, and we've been a Monday league, apart from F2, which was on Wednesdays. Mondays is kind of the. I think before the league even started, we got everyone and said like what days is best for everyone, and Mondays kind of won by a considerate amount. We've got 2 minutes remaining. Adam, I know you're in the stream. When it turns to 56, just ready up, mate. Don't ready up too early, though. Well, whilst we've got a little bit of time, let's have a look at the calendar once again. And as you can see, next week we have Britain, which will be a sprint race. Then we have Belgium, Qatar, Italy, Hungary, Japan, Portugal, Singapore, Las Vegas, Brazil, and Abu Dhabi. And I have spoke to the rest of the admins about this, and season 3 calendar for the dates anyway. When it hits 56, so in like a minute's time, just ready up, because obviously I can't ready up for people. So yeah, the dates for next season have already been done, depending on how bad the game is, because it obviously comes out a little bit earlier than this year than compared to most years. Cheers, mate. I'll tell you when to ready up anyway. I mean, people will probably ready up on the dot anyway, usually. You can ready up now, mate. Right, this race will get underway fairly soon. I don't need that up anymore. Yeah, we're starting this race now. A very wet Monaco. Brad actually called it, by the way. He did say it was going to be a wet race. But here we go. 4, 5 red lights. And it's lights out and away we go for the Monaco Grand Prix. And Lightshock seems to have got a worse start than Chris. And I think Lightshock has just had... Oh, and we've already got deaths happening. Things you'd love to see. And Simple Chris takes the lead of the Monaco Grand Prix. Everyone, overtakes happening here, there and everywhere at the moment. Albany already with a 5-second time penalty for severe. And... Ow. Oh my god, Spares ran into the... Oh, and that is Ellis spun round. And now against Al gets past. I think Brad has lost his front wing there. Bit like a lot of drivers, I'd imagine. Havoc now onto the back. Oh, he's tapped him. There, we've already got a yellow flag. I'm not exactly sure what that is for. And we've got another yellow flag and we've got a VSC. Probably for the amount of debris on the track. That's going to help some of the drivers with no front wings. And that's the spare in. Tops is in. Brad is in. And Gaxal is in. All for broken front wings. I suppose Havoc didn't take too much damage hitting the back of Optic there. And I think this race is about to get back underway. So it's only there. It goes really quiet. Tops has got a 5-second time frame for qualifying. I don't know how you do that, but we will be there. Very long VSC, I have to say. Come on, let's get this race back underway, please. We have 30. Yeah, it's locked up, Dreams. Ah! This has got to drive through. And we're back underway. And Joe is past Reese. For P3. Bit of lag. Brad now gets past Tops. Albany onto the back of Carnator. Optic setting the fastest lap of the race. Carnator and Albany getting that fastest lap back. Albany with a bell. That's not going to end well. Albany's showing to spare with the fastest lap. Bradford with the fastest lap. And Tops is back in the pits. I believe he may be having a race, another race to forget here. This is some treachery. This is the worst part because there's no rain on the floor, so you're running over a dry track. But Chris is going to have to pit in the next 2 laps, otherwise he's going to have a disqualification. He does not want that. Depends on when he wants to pit, I suppose. It's not going to be this lap, so he has, I think, 1 more lap to serve it. And he would be notified of that. Let Joe second fastest lap of the race. Right onto the rear, we've got a yellow flag, and that is its top round. The spare with a 3-second time penalty. What am I doing? Oh, and Albany's out! And Calator has just reset to track. And we have a safety car. And Chris can't serve this drive-through under a safety car. I don't think. I have a feeling Albany might not be too much of a happy bunny at the moment. Well, my prediction kind of went out of the window. I said the first lap. It stops back into the pits, serving a 5-second time penalty and a new wing. He should get out ahead of Chris. I say should. You hope so. And Joe takes his time to have a pit stop. And Albany has indeed left the session. It was definitely between, something happened between him and Connor. Joe should come out, I think, ahead of the spare. It will definitely be ahead of Ellis, because Ellis is also pitted. And it stops gets driver. Ellis getting a new front wing as well. And Tops is trying to take himself out of this. So 1 more driver and everyone gets points. This is like torrential rain. So Joe did indeed get out ahead onto spare. Safety car should be in this lap, I believe. Joe just wants to get past Adam here, I think. I can see it. I can feel it. But you don't want to go too fast because you don't want to put yourself into a wall. It stops us left the session. I have a feeling myself and the stewards are going to be very busy over the next few days. I would expect an absolute lunge from Joe at turn 1 on Adam. I mean, Chris had a good view of what happened to its tops, soon as he was behind the whole entire thing. So I'd imagine that might be getting sent in. I caught Carnotaur resetting the track, which I think we changed to a 10-second time penalty instead of 5. So you can get away with it, as long as no one else sees you doing it. Have we got another bloody lap of this? Jesus Christ. I am bored already. Should have left it on broadcast. Safety cars don't take as long. I'd be interested to know if this race actually gets any better. Anyone racing, let me know if this race gets any better, like, weather-wise. For people wondering, um, we have one break week this season, which is from the 22nd. So I guess the 29th. That week we're off, because I am on holiday that week. And I haven't had a holiday in, I would say, nearly maybe 8 years, something like that. Safety car is finally in. And Chris, I would imagine, will be in this lap as well. He will be last, but he is rapid. So I'd imagine him getting through the field. And there'll probably be another safety car soon. Chris takes us on for one more lap. He will, I think, need a pit next lap then. I see it's instantly disqualified. No, got one more lap. And gets out of the pits already. Yep, Joe down turn 1. Oh, he's hit the wall. Not the start that he wanted. Oh god, despair and Adam. This is not gonna end well, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, despair. Down the inside. He's actually gone for it as well. Oh. And Ellis is retired. And that's another virtual safety car, which will probably get changed to a safety car. And I've got to sit here for another 3 laps being bored out of my mind. Please don't. Just keep it a virtual. He's not even on track. What is going on between these two? I think Despair's about to pick up a penalty. He did not want to be hanging around, did he? And Chris is in. I'd imagine this is to... I think he was thinking he was making his drive through there. But you can't say that in the VSC either. Someone else is coming out. I think that's Despair and Joe. So once the VSC comes in, or finishes... Oh, fine. The second time we've seen that, I think we're having VSC issues as well. Which probably means we're going to have to turn safety cars off as well. Which I don't really want to do. But if it's going to be a problem, then I won't have much of a choice. So now, I mean, Optic can do 2 more laps before he has to pit. Chris will probably be in this lap, bearing any other safety cars. Bradford now gets past Adam with P8. Unless Optic takes the drive-through now, which wouldn't be... No, he does stay out, but Chris will need a drive-through. And he is indeed in. So this will be his drive-through served. I mean, everyone will get points tonight, so that's the main thing. Chris will be out just ahead of Joe, which I think is relatively decent for him. Right on board with Havoc. Goes to Al. Gets past the spare because the spare is once again back into the pits. A lot of time I just wait for Optic to pit and then just drive as quickly as he dares, really. Optic does have one more lap to complete before he needs to come in. Whether he does it this lap, unsure. I would. You're not really gaining, you're not really... Oh, and Havoc has just had to cut that corner. Oh, and I think Reese is in the wall. He might have just been able to save it. And Optic is indeed in for his drive-through. Both McLarens being hit with very odd drive-throughs, I would say. Will he be able to get out ahead of his teammate? That is the main question. Brad being super cash, and he's going to be out ahead of his teammate. Can he keep it within the yellow line? He doesn't... I don't know about that one. And Light Shock, I would say proving to be the master around Monaco, but John was not like that. I'm bearing any more mishaps. Light Shock probably got this win in a bag as RSF1 Hunt comes into the pits. Not exactly sure why he came in. For a new set of tyres by the looks of it. Now if the McLarens can work together well here, Chris probably has more of a chance of winning this race, so if Optic just lets him pass, then he can just defend from Joe. Seeing as Joe is now right up. Well, the McLaren straight places. They do indeed. I imagine Optic now will try and do everything he can. He did give him a little bit of a tap there, but I think that was due to him putting the power down and losing the rear. Not having a camera on, no. I was actually caught up quite a bit here. I know he's kind of lost all of it. If Joe crashes out, that would be big. Oh, and Reese has gone somewhere. Not exactly sure where, to be honest. Bradford now gets past Carnator. Carnator making it relatively easy of an overtake. That's someone in the wall. I had a big clatter. That's going to hold the bunch up. That's Optic going very wide there. And that is, oh my god. Joe down the inside. Chris has had to absolutely, oh my god, these two are at it again. Oh! Light shock's off! Gone down the escape rope, I think. But, there's a big enough gap to kind of not really have to worry about it. And RSF1 Hunt is absolutely got into the brakes a little bit too late and gets down. Let's put Adam has just nearly taken himself on. Optic also getting past Carnator. Oh, here we go. This will be a fun shindig. At least we've got some battles going on. Whether they last very long is a different question. Bradford round the outside. This will be in. Oh, he's just been. I have a feeling he's going to have to give those positions back. I think he's about to be whacked with a penalty soon. Or has he got away with it? I think we would have had a notification by now. Oh, he's in there. And Andy's in anyway. And I think that might be that Joe through now. Yeah, Brad completely backed out of that move. Coming up to nearly halfway through this race. Rain doesn't seem to be letting off at all. Havoc picks up a 3-second time penalty. Optic has left the session. Maybe we'll get him right back in. Hopefully I'll be able to get in as quickly as possible. There we go. Oh, hi Havoc. Oh, Havoc has a broken front wing. And RSF on it, back into the bits. Down the inside. Oh. That's going to be another corner cut. The first time in, I would say, a little while, Havoc struggling in a race weekend. Now has his teammate right up his rear. And he lets him through. And I'd imagine Havoc will be into the pits. And let Joe finally get past Prix. Oh, and give him a little bit of a tap. Optic also in despair with another. I don't think Optic had a broken front wing. Won't be too long until Gangsal is lapped in this race. Spare on Havoc. Oh my god. The spare with an unbelievable save there. Chris doing his absolute best to keep with Joe here. Bastard into the pits. Drag out ahead of his teammate. He will indeed. Pretty comfortably as well. Optic not too far behind the spare. This is going to cause a DNF, I can see it already. No one saw that. Oh, Joe is right onto the back of Reese now. Going around the outside. Oh, they're making contact. Joe just gets better traction. 17 seconds, by the way. Oh, Reese is into the wall, and he's out of the race. That'll be a safety car, and that is ruined Light Shock is going to be absolutely livid there. 18.7 gap. And that's going to come down to zilch. Squire out here doing the commentator's curse without being in the commentary box. What an absolute hero. So that 20 odd second gap has just vanished due to Reese crashing. I'd imagine Light Shock would pit. Yeah. I have a feeling my chair is broken. I don't remember ever leaning this far back. So happens we got a destructive 2-year-old. He is on intermediates. Interesting. I'd imagine everyone would now be going to inters. We are indeed by the looks of things. Apart from Andy, who is staying out. Oh, Havoc is about to be absolutely ruined here if he's coming in as well. Which he is. Optic stays out. Very interesting. Spare also in. Now I don't believe Adam might get lapped. If he pits anyway. Gaxal stays out. Carter also in. Yeah, I have a feeling Adam is about to be lapped here. If he can get ahead of Joe, Light Shock might let him through. Don't let Joe through. Yeah, there you go. Go unlap yourself. What will Light Shock do here? There's not really anywhere you can really let him through. As he does it out of the tunnel. Optic and Andy have now come in for their stops. I feel for him. Gangster how hasn't pitted. He would get lapped. There's not really any how many pit stops so far. Um, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14 for front wings. It's not like Light Shark and Pit either, because then he'll come out like, what, 8th? Well, he doesn't technically have. Yeah, I know. Albany, I think, got killed by Carnotaur, I think. Tops crashed himself out intentionally, I believe. Don't really know what happened to Ellis, and Reese kind of went into a wall. Average Albany experience, that's what I'm saying. Reese to the Verstappen. Yeah. They just went straight on. Of course, safety cars in this lap. Carnotaur and Gangster are all the way over here. Well, unfortunately, Adam, you should have taken Joe with him. Which one? Let Joe or spare. Either one of them would be alright, to be fair. I'm joking. Alright, here comes Let Joe. Either. Yeah, lap cars don't have to move it offside, they can just get this road driven through. That was a crash. Someone just put it to a wall. Not exactly sure who though. Adam doing some major overtaking. I don't think he'll finish 11th, I think he'll finish 10th. I think he will catch up to Gangsterell eventually. Let's see if Lightshot can build that lead back up. Not with corner cutting like that. I mean, Despair's been into the pits a fair few times, to be fair. Lightshot with fastest lap, but absolutely destroyed by Joe's. That's starting to come out. Let's have a look at how that's getting past the lap car of Adam. So he's already gained like 7 seconds in one lap, so if there's another safety car, Adam kind of needs to hope that everyone ahead of him pits, and then he can then start to kind of unlap himself. But that's probably at a time. I don't think he'll do that. Light shot, setting the fastest lap of the race, 23.1. Not a bad lap, considering the conditions we're in. Have it go for a move at the inside. He looks for it. Now has the spare right behind him. Not usually a pretty sight. Let's have a look at the current lead. Yeah, it's not looking good. Penalties. Spare on 9 seconds. Common to spare race. Position change. Bradford up 9. I reckon he'll get driver of the day if he finishes there. Never know, he might be able to get a podium. The spare's made 5 stops on total, by the way, Squire. Just to let you know. Ooh, have it down the inside. And alright, that's good from the spare. That, not really. All that. You know what? We give this. We we like to slate the spare a lot in this league, but that was some good moves. You have to admit. GG, that's probably one of the best overtakes he's seen. Lucky, but it was a good overtake on 2 drivers. Now Havoc has Optic for a bit of company. Where's Adam? No, he's just behind Optic. That's why I can see another car behind him. Adam's already gained about 30 seconds in the last, what, few laps. 13 laps remaining, to be fair. Got room for another safety car, lads. But currently, what's the fastest lap? It's here a minute. So Light Shock would have 27 points. Joe would have 21. Chris will have 19. Brad would have 19. No. 25, 20, 18, 17. I think. I don't even know how my own. I don't even know how my own bloody thingy work. I know I need that one on. That's the one I wanted to change. Last one went up with a 3-second time penalty. I think he might have broken the front wing actually. Because he's lost only about a second. Havoc really needs to get past Andy here. That's the joy of Monaco. Not really many overtaking places. Turn 1 and out of the tunnel are probably realistically your only chances of an overtake. Havoc getting right up against that wall. And he's made a slight mistake, running in a bit too deep. And just gets bare traction out of corners, that's the only problem. There's 1 lap fresher tyres. Saying that, so does Optic behind. He's just being able to stick with them. And he's being a little bit more sensible on his DRS. He's gonna go for a move down the inside. Can he? Oh, he's out of the race! Havoc is. Oh, and so is Andy, and we're gonna have a safety car. We are indeed. Absolutely mental. That wasn't very nice optic. And out of the race, we have Andy and Havoc. That is, I think, Havoc's first DNF in absolutely ages. Let me have a look on in the Discord. Sort of standings. Last season's standings. So Havoc finished P3. Not one single DNF. The heartbreak. And we have pit stops. Chris is in. Brad also in to spare. Optic. Optic having to change the front wheel. I think he might have got a bit of damage with the battle of Andy and Havoc. So the only points Ferrari will be scoring this week will be from this man here. Season 2 SVOR Drivers Champion. What an absolute mental race this has been. Oh. And our light shop's going to have to do it all over again. I'm really surprised light shop stayed out. Someone was just coming out of the pits, I think. Next hour has been lapped. I think Cartor's the only driver above that hasn't. But now Adam can now finish 8th. I would imagine. Not sure must be feeling pretty good if he thinks it's not worth the pit. I think we'll have one more lap for safety car. Back out into the pits. Arthur von Hunt will move up to 8th. There's Adam, he's behind the Ferraris. Behind Brad. Well, they've both been lapped, but it doesn't really matter. They just won't have to do another lap of this circuit. Safety car is in. And now let's see if Light Shock is able to hold off Joe from behind. He's going to be able to brake a lot later than Light Shock. This could be Joe's win. I'll stop. I never knew there was a bus stop there. Pushing Light Shock out on the final corner. Here comes Joe down the inside. And Light Shock, I think he's starting to feel the strain of the tyres. Or due to the fact that he was literally just pushed up the way. Can Chris do anything about this though? At this current moment of time, I think Joe would take the lead of the Drivers' Championship. Standings don't get done until after the stewards report, so I'd imagine it'll get done by Friday. Lightstock's starting to lose a bit of time now. Wonder how different this race would have been if it was on the dry. Probably with a bit of lag. Someone hit the ball. Unsure who. Currently the spare would move to 7th with his penalties. Oh, and he's into the wall. And that's going to be Light Shock into the pits, and his day was going absolutely amazing. It's been that long, I can't remember how to get points at this track. I don't know, asked to spare, he's got 9 seconds worth, and he just hit Brad up here, so... Light Shock has gone to softs, by the way. The chicane in turn 1. I think so, that's where the main ones are, isn't it? I thought you were going to bed. in the way. Brad is into a podium, by the way. Thoughts? Nearly had that taken away from him. I guess, like, that corner there, you can... I was... Then you fucking message. I was then you fucking message. Go on, Brad, my son. Havoc's actually out. The absolute seeds. I don't know why Light Shock is on. To be fair, it actually has stopped raining. So, the biggest dick move of the 21st century. Joe setting the fastest lap of the race. So on Defo mode, Havoc doesn't crash. Something happened in front of them. I don't know what actually happened. And then Andy and Havoc kind of just crashed into each other. Andy, I think, hit. Oh, let me have a look. Let me have a look. Race director. Incidents. Look at all these incidents. Thoughts? There you go. Terminal damage, but it doesn't say what actually happened. Spare will go for a move. Oh my god. How sick and... Oh, Light Shot's been back a bit. Ah, karma. I see nothing has changed. No, not really. We had John in the chat before the race, well, before Hoy started. He wasn't here that long, I don't think. I don't know if he's still here, but... I'm sure if you're able to see what he put at the top. He basically said that you're a Tesco meal deal, and you two come together. So I just said first confirmed pairing of season 3. We will be there. John just checking out all the people who will be lapping in the season and stuff. Oh, he said he was the king of Monaco. Oh no, he said he has the fastest lap around Monaco. Which, just spare with another 3 seconds. That is very true. Either drivers, such engineer or teammates. Yeah. Oh, someone's dead. Scanks around. To be fair, I think the best engineer I've ever had was John, because I remember in DRL, yeah, like who? He coached me to that win in Brazil, even though I effed up my strategy where I pitted when I wasn't supposed to, and I still won. I don't think I've really had any more engineer. I don't think you've ever injured me, I don't think, have you, Bonge? I don't think you have. Brad, keep on the track, mate. Because nobody's on about 90. Oh. Light Shot with the fastest lap of the race. Bonge, how much you bet Despair goes for a move? An absolute ludicrous move. Who's that going slowly? Chris. He's got a broken front wing. No. No, but maybe one day we can. Oh, we will be there. I don't really race anymore though. I don't plan on racing again on this game. Next game. Oh, Brad, no. Keep the little. Yeah, he'll go for a move now. Watch. Watch, wait for it. Yeah, there we go. Tap him up the rear. Yeah, there you go. Oh, he's still ahead of him. He always does, so it's an easy bet. He has what, 12 seconds of phone, still fighting people. Yeah. I mean, at the moment he's currently only losing. He might only lose one position. What pens is he actually on? Yeah, 12 seconds. So what? Yeah, he'll only lose the one position, but I'm actually scared for Brad. So my light shot going for the master map again. I think it's definitely time for dries, but I know it's not. uh. Anyways, let Joe has drove an absolutely amazing race. He might lose to P7. Fuck's sake, ads. Get ready. Let Joe crosses the line to win the Monaco Grand Prix. Simple Chris comes home in P2. Bradford on the podium once again. Optic moves up to P4. Despair is going to be able to keep that P5. Cartor crosses the line in 6th. Light Shock, who has drove an absolute amazing race, but due to a crash, he had to concede the lead. Had very worn tyres, but he rounds the final corner with the fast lap. And with a penalty, apparently. I don't know when he picked that up. RSF 100 finishes in P8, and now we wait against L. Round of, with no front wing, bearing in mind. And he crosses the line for P9, and there we have it. What a time for ads to be rolled. That's why you should subscribe. Or I can just turn off ads. Spare drive of the day. Ah, hell nah. Still faster than this year's Hasselhoff in actual fact. Drive of the day to Brad, by the way. Thought I'd clear that up. Yeah, we don't care. Alright. So let's run down through the finishing order. Let Joe wins the Monaco Grand Prix. Simple Chris in P2. Bradford in P3. Optic P4. Despair in P5. Cartor P6. I mean, that's his best finish so far this season. Light Shock in P7. Hunt in P8. Jacksal P9. Whiskey Andy. Havoc, Reese, Ellis, Tops, and Albany all crashing out. And that is the end of the race. Not really much else to say, really. Depending on what we get sent in, you never know. Despair, Joe, Chris. We don't really know who's actually going to win it. But until the steward report comes out, things could change. Joe, Chris could even get the win. You never know. But that is it from us, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And as you can see on screen now, when I can find it, the calendar, we will be heading to Britain for the second sprint race of the season. And what a race it was. Congratulations to Joe on winning the race. I do believe if he keeps the win, he does take the lead of the championship. But until then, guys, we will see you soon, and goodbye.